my respect. Chewed into the grain sacks and pissed all over the quilts we had dry up there.
What are you here for, friend?
What's going on around here, innkeeper?
Nothing really new. If you're looking for work, look somewhere else.
Where did you say the lads who found the water goblin's treasure go swimming?
Near the pier, on the Rock Tower Pond.
I'm afraid I've got bad news. I found the lads, but they were dead. They drowned.
Christ almighty! I told them they should have returned the treasure. Those poor lads. Such foolishness. Thanks anyway. I'll let the Troskovitz gravedigger know. He'll bury them.
Somebody did him in and chucked him into the water.
The river was a powerful current. The dead man had been floating down the river for at least a week.
Without anyone noticing.
Exactly. And that's not all. The dead man had a gold chain around his neck. Can you believe it? Someone bumped him off and didn't even rob him.
That is strange. I reckon something devilish was involved. You don't see something like that every day.
Good day to you. What would you like?
I'd like to learn something.
What are you interested in?
I heard you're a drinking expert. Can you tell me how to do it?
Great. Let's get to it. Learning this trick will take some time.
Well then, does the best forester in the land have some problems I could help him with?
Henry, you buffoon! I'm not the best in the land, but I'm in these parts, though. Know why? Because I'm the only one here. Well, apart from Varel, that is.
So you don't have any problems?
As it happens, there is something. Recently, my supplies have been running out quickly for some reason. And you know how much I like a drink when I'm taking a break on the bench behind my house.
Indeed I do. It was me who carried you through the forest the last time you took a break.
Aha, these things happen. So, I need to top up my supplies. Run along to Troskovitz for a bottle or two for me. Take this coin here.
And what would you like to drink, gamekeeper of Ostatek?
I call it the poacher's hideout. Mix a goblet of mead with wine, add a bit of saffron.
I've never heard of this poacher's hideout brew before.
Hold on! Poachers! I need help with poachers, the bastards. They think they can turn the woods into their own territory, but they won't get the better of me. I'll send you after them. You're hard as nails, you are. What's more, I'll give you a decent reward for getting rid of them vermin.
That sounds better.
Aye, so I don't forget. Hand back the coin I gave you for the booze.
But there's some things I need before I go after the poachers. I have to get my gear fixed up and so on. Think of yourself as my patron.
You're a schemer, lad. All right. Then keep the coin. But you haven't told me if you'll actually do it or not.
I'll help you with the poachers. The hunters will become the prey.
That's the stuff. They should be trembling already.
Tell me where I can find the poachers then, so I can pounce straight on them.
Hold your horses. I want them alive, not hacked to pieces. So don't butcher them.
Well, if you want it done without killing, I'll try it without killing.
Glad to hear it. You'd be surprised how many hotheads have offered to do just that. I've had enough of hearing, "They're all dead, Vostatek," and then finding out the smart arse spent the whole day in the tavern instead. So if you do kill a poacher, I want proof.
No gutting, you said. So that's settled.
Look, let's get to the point. We have to focus on Rock Tower Pond and the forests around it. That's where game's becoming scarcest.
Where should I look?
I already told you, didn't I? Stop being so scatterbrained, Henry. Try looking around Rock Tower Pond. To the west of the pond, there's some dense forest on the rocks. It's easy to find because there's a small ruined cottage below the woods. Otherwise, it's nothing but boulders and an easy place to break your leg. And someone like me, who likes a drink, well, you know.
I don't have the best memories of that place. We made camp there the first time we came to Trotsky region.
So you could be reminiscing there. Have a swim. It's a nice clean pond. I don't know why people don't fish there instead of poaching. Easier to catch a bite.
Let's say I go into the forest and come across some bloke. What then?
The main thing is to make sure he really is the poacher. We'd have some explaining to do if you accused an innocent man.
That shouldn't be too hard. If he's hunting, I'll seize him. If he isn't, I'll leave him alone.
That's no way to go about it, Henry. You have to be certain, right? The Rock Tower poacher say. He tends to spend the day holed up, only coming out before dawn or after dusk. He probably knows I like to sleep in and spend my evenings having a drink. So I won't be trudging round the pond at those times.
So the best thing would be to catch him in his camp?
Aye. He'll have dead animals, hides, bones, meat. He won't be able to talk his way out of that. Them poachers have also started using signs to mark their hunting grounds. They bend a branch of some pine to make a kind of circle. But what's the point of describing them, since I've got a few samples? They're at my cottage, next to the outhouse, where I have this lean-to. Take a look so you know what to watch out for.
Can I count on your help?
Ha, you bet. We'll divide it up into patches and make a noose no poacher will escape.
Patches? What do you mean?
I'll take the area around the gamekeeper's lodge, say. Maybe some poachers get the idea it's darkest under a candlestick. My helpers will search the smaller woods, and you take the rest. With those young legs of yours, you'll comb the forest nice and quick.
Aye, right. I get it. That's the best idea you could come up with, eh?
Aye, Henry.
Where should I take the poacher? To you?
To the Troskovitz bailiff, even though he's a bit, well. Look, I'll send him a message so he knows we're going to be bringing him some poachers. It would be just like him to let them go because you were acting without authorization.
Well, you could go with me.
And leave the lodge unattended? Not a chance. Not to mention that leg of mine since I jumped down from the tree.
I understand. You'd rather stand, or rather sit, guard. Once again, where should I look?
I told you, didn't I? You shouldn't be so scatterbrained, Henry. Try the west side of Rock Tower Pond. The woods near the ruin, remember? Nothing but boulders.
Right, you did tell me before. I'll remember it this time. Thanks. I'll be off then.
Good luck, and let me know how it goes. I hope you give them what for, because I'm sick and tired of them. They've been at it for 2 months now. Or is it 4?
You can count on me.
Attack! Come and help us!
I'm all yours!
To hell with you!
Don't fuck with us, you try me!
Fuck you! Come on then! Help me with this dog! Gang it up on one!
You are always welcome here, noble sir. Gadarsal, what's up, Booch?
Katarsal, what's up, Giungo Shinna? Videlo della Tuji, Battalo Romea.
At your service, sir.
I just go to Soro desu.
What's life like among the nomads?
I have been traveling since I was little, and it is all I know. But this is a really nice place, and we have only been here since the spring.
And what about the people here? Are you all one family?
Of course not. But it is as if we were. People need support. Struggling through the world by yourself is neither safe nor enjoyable. But each to their own. The locals are always uptight and do not know how to enjoy life. Then when people come who know how to enjoy life and not just survive, they do not like them.
What do you nomads actually do for a living?
Different people do different things. Now, we Roma are mainly craftsmen, traveling blacksmiths and locksmiths, and we do not need much to survive. Also, we know all things about traveling, such as breeding horses, shoeing them, and repairing cartwheels. And what is more, our old Aranka can tell the future and treat the sick, so we get by just fine.
Teach me some of your language.
What do you want to know?
Let me think. I'm a bold knight, and Sir Hans is courtier.
Let's see if you remember this. Mesom tulo chororo dilina.
Besum tulo chororo dilina.
Laches, laches. It is like you have been speaking our language all your life. Now you can say it to girls when you meet them.
Teach me something else.
Let us try something polite. Like when you want to compliment someone.
Would that be hard?
Who said that our language is easy? Say after me. Kai tumaro baro balo.
Kai tomorrow baro balo?
Clever lad. Remember that and maybe say it to our voivod. He will be overjoyed to hear it from you.
So what about the prophecy? Did it come true?
Te aves bachtalo, Henry. You are the best. Aranka was right again. Jadevleha baroshero. Te aves bachtalo.
Did you hear? Huh? Hey, fellow! Pull up for a tankard of mead.
Can't say no to that. Have you been hunting?
What's it to you, lad?
Well, you're seasoned hunters, that much I can tell. But I don't think the local lord would be so understanding.
Well, you're mistaken. We're no poachers. But truth be told, no. I wouldn't expect him to be very understanding. Especially not now. What with that beast on the loose.
What do you mean, a beast? A wolf? One of those majestic loners that require skilled hunters?
If only! It's already snatched infants and slaughtered 2 maidens. Babes were nowhere to be found. The maidens were shredded to pieces. But when I saw them, I tell you, that was no wolf.
What was it then?
Nobody's caught a good look at it. All I know is that it's been happening in these parts.
So you're hunters chasing down vermin?
That we are. Ulrich hired us to hunt the beast.
Looks like there's enough of you to get the job done.
1 fewer than we were. Hans vanished yesterday.
Is he dead?
I don't know. We haven't seen him since yesterday morning.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Help? Thanks, but I don't think so. We'll find Hans and bring down that beast. But if I may offer some advice, stay on the path and don't stray from it.
Oh, you must be well trained for this kind of hunt. Is there anything you can teach me? Or perhaps we could just practice our marksmanship.
Aye. Practice is the key to wisdom. Or whatever they say. What's it to be? Longbow or crossbow?
Crossbow.
All right. What do you feel up to? Because it's not going to be free.
Hang on. I'll see how much I have. Yeah, here it is. So, can we start?
Wait a while until I get the other archers. Meanwhile, you can get ready and wait for the signal.
Archers, take up your positions. Now! Two more points in the bag. If only my aim was always that good. A shitty 2 points again. Bollocks. No, hold on. I nailed it. Well, I've done worse. Who's the greatest of them all? Who, eh?
Oh, you pooch.
Quick! Could this be a poacher's workplace? Then the owner might not be far away. There's a camp here. What will that fella over there tell me about it? Nice camp. The hides and all that. Gamekeeper Vostatek sent me to find a poacher who's hunting around here.
Sir, have mercy on me. I can explain everything. I have a family to feed, only we're not doing well and we scarcely have a bite to eat. I was desperate. So I came here to poach. Please, sir, spare me.
Crikey, that was easy. I'm sure you know poaching is forbidden. So why'd you do it?
I was left with no other option, sir. Ever since this band of robbers has been marauding here, we can barely make ends meet. They got no scruples. They take whatever they can get their hands on. And there ain't nothing left for us common folk. Besides, Lord von Burgau, God bless him, he got his hands full with them and he ain't got time to put things to right in his domain. Ever since, we've been living hand to mouth.
Why are you here by Rock Tower Pond?
This camp, I've known the place since I was little. No one can see here from down below. And when you go from above, there's bushes covering it.
It didn't turn out to be such a perfect hideout, though. How long have you been hunting here?
Quite a while. Only, I haven't risked going out since I saw that ambush.
What ambush?
They attacked some company right nearby.
You haven't left here since then. You've been here the whole time.
Sir, when I saw what happened down below...
You didn't try to go home?
I was on my way home. Only then I heard armed men, so I came back fast and hid. I'm not going to risk my skin.
Fair enough. What company was attacked?
There was some gents riding through. They wasn't local. They camped down below. I could see them well. I suppose they was resting up before moving on. And then this band of robbers what's been marauding hereabouts descended on them. It was a massacre. Them gents was completely taken by surprise.
Nobody saw you?
No, I was hiding here. It's hard to see up here from below. I wanted to warn the company, but it was too late. I'd have just got myself killed as well.
Oh, at least you got away in one piece. We were those men. It was us they ambushed.
Really? But I saw everyone being killed with my own two eyes.
I managed to get away, even though I was wounded.
I'm glad. Sorry about your comrades.
So you confess you've been hunting here?
A bit here and there.
But you know poaching's a crime. Couldn't you find another way?
I couldn't think of anything.
That's all I need to know. It's my job to catch a poacher, and you've confessed to poaching. So, what to do with you now?
Sir, have mercy on me, please.
So, what do you propose then?
I can tell you where to find deer nearby, places hardly nobody knows about. There's one spot here in the hills above Kerchak, and another in a small valley beyond Lower Samine Mill.
I don't know either of those places.
You see? That's a good reason to be merciful, isn't it?
Look, I'm acting on the gamekeeper's instructions, and he's going to want to know how I dealt with you.
What if you told him you didn't find nothing?
That might work. But you'd have to give up poaching. Because if you carry on with it, the gamekeeper will find out and he'll blame me. And if he puts pressure on me, I won't cover for you. I'd have nothing to gain from it.
All right, I won't poach anymore. What am I to do now?
Clear off. If you stay here, the next time you're found, it'll be by someone who isn't so understanding. Do you want to leave your family with no provider? For poaching, you get the noose. Don't forget that.
You're right. There's no point staying in this region. You'll never see me here again.
Farewell, you vagrant.
Go!
This horse must...
You're always welcome here, noble sir.
I solved your problem.
Ah, my drinking problem.
No, not that one.
I should think not, since I don't have one.
I meant the poacher. I dealt with him. I found him and made sure he doesn't poach again. The fella scarpered, and he's never coming back.
I'd rather see a noose around his neck. He might have just moved to a different spot. Or maybe you're talking bollocks and you didn't find any poacher. But whatever. If you say he's packed it in, I'll believe you. What choice have I got? Right. How about another one? This poacher pisses me off even more than the last one. So I hope you'll help me with him.
I'm ready. What should I do with this poacher?
Same as last time. I know we have a poacher around here, only I haven't been able to catch him. If you can find him, catch him and take him to the bailiff. I'll sleep a lot more peacefully, see?
Right. Find him, catch him, bring him in. Is there anyone around here who might know something?
Ask the tanner in the valley. Or even better, ask his neighbour, the fisherman's wife. She'll tell you twice as much as that old soak.
Right. Where does this poacher hunt?
Under the candlestick, where it's darkest. A short way from here, around Vidlak Pond. That's why I don't go far from the lodge, see? The problem is, it's a damn big area. Almost all the northwestern woodlands. And it's uphill and all.
I get it. Right. I'll take a look around Vidlak Pond for the poacher.
Thanks, and good luck.
My respects.
I'm trying to track down a poacher who's hunting around here.
That's an important mission. But sorry, I don't know nothing about it.
I want to ask you something anyway.
Better me than the neighbours anyway. Especially Pavlik's old woman. Have you talked to her?
No, I haven't spoken to her. Why?
That's good. For sure she and her old man would tell you I'm the poacher.
They would? Why?
Those Pavliks ain't very nice folk. Old Pavlik ain't too bad, but that wife of his... I don't know why, but all of a sudden she thinks I'm the root of all evil.
I see. I imagine it's not easy living next to them. Still, I'd like to ask you a few questions anyway. Maybe you know something that could help.
As you like.
How's trade?
It's going well. There's demand.
Who do you sell most to?
Depends. I take everything to Troskovitz, and there I see what's what. But the better hides go for fancy shoes and clothes. Things for the gentry and that.
Where'd you get the hides? From some suspicious fellas in the forest?
No, I ain't like that. I have an agreement with the Hunstmen and their hands, who bring me what they hunt. But it's not that often. They don't bring much. And not the best stuff neither. More often they bring me hides from the village. They butcher animals and skin them, and everything is processed. I do the hides.
So you're a tanner? Only a fool would think he wouldn't find hides at your place.
Indeed. Trade's good, so I've got a lot of various quality and origin. I don't bother with envious folks.
Why did the Pavliks hate you so much?
I don't know. But if Prague was to go up in flames, the Pavliks would run straight to the bailiff and swear it was me what did it.
Did you have some falling out with them?
Nothing I know of. We never talked much. I'm not the kind of fella that's at the centre of things. I like my peace and quiet.
Well, still seems odd to me, though.
You're telling me? At least you don't have to live next to them.
Have you seen any tracks left by the poacher?
I haven't. I wouldn't even know what to look for.
You know, animal carcasses, guts, a camp in the woods.
Ah, I see. No, I ain't seen nothing. I don't go walking in the woods much. At most, I go to Troskowitz for hides. Or to the village here to the north.
I don't know of any village that way. What's it called?
It's pretty far. I call it Upper, on account of it being uphill.
Have you any idea where the poacher might be hiding out?
God knows. It's all deep forest, so he could be anywhere. Maybe somewhere close to the game he poaches.
Yeah, that's good thinking. Do you know of any place like that?
Well, not far from here there's a clearing in the hills where we used to go to watch deer. But I don't know if any stags goes there anymore.
I didn't know that. If I can't think of anything better, I'll go and take a look.
But don't get your hopes up.
Thanks. That's all. I'm here on Gamekeeper of Ostatek's authorization.
The gamekeeper, you say? What would he want from me?
I'm looking for a poacher in the area. Would you know anything about that?
Ah, I see. My wife can tell you more about that than me.
All right, thanks. I'll go and ask her right after.
Well, prepare yourself. She's got it all clear in her head from the first moment that she saw the tanner next door.
The tanner? Can you tell me any more?
Like what, exactly?
Why is your wife so set on the tanner?
I wish I knew. She never liked the look of him. Besides, he was always kind of secretive. And it's God's truth, he ain't short a coin.
Right, sure. And what do you think about the tanner?
He's an ordinary fella. Works all the hours God gives. He sells fine skins, even supplies the nobles. Buckskin, deerskin, goatskin. I said to myself, I wouldn't mind being a tanner. Looks like there's good coin in it, but my pa supplied everyone hereabouts with fish. And who else should carry it on but his son?
Do you think your wife's right about the poaching?
I don't have to see a thief on every corner. I'll leave that to the old woman. But to answer your question, no, I don't think it's him. But even if it is, it ain't no skin off my nose.
You were talking about fine quality hides. Do you know where the tanner gets them?
Like all the others, I suppose. From the gamekeeper or from farmers who've slaughtered animals. I couldn't say for sure, I don't talk to him. You'll have to ask him yourself.
I'll certainly do that. Thanks. That's all.
Take care.
Vostatek charged me with rooting out the poacher causing trouble round here. Have you seen or heard anything suspicious?
You bet I have. The tanner's the poacher.
I've already talked to the tanner. He had a feeling you'd accuse him.
Too bloody right.
Poaching's a serious accusation. Are you sure he's the poacher?
I'm sure. He earns much too much coin for an ordinary tanner.
Well, that doesn't necessarily mean he's poaching, though.
He's rolling in it. He can't have that from honest work. Why else would he head off into the forest every other week, eh? If it ain't him, it's someone in league with him. Someone who lives in Witch's Copse.
Witch's Copse?
There's a path behind our outhouse. If you go along it for a while, you'll come to a cross in the forest. And north of that, there's this big clearing and witches' copses beyond that. Folk are afraid to go there. It's guarded by old pagan idols.
Interesting. Have you got any proof that the tanner is poaching?
Did you see all them hides?
The tanner's a tanner. So he has hides. What of it?
Exactly. You saw he ain't afraid of putting them on show. Even buckskin. He knows if he puts them on show, nobody'll question it. He wouldn't be so suspicious. But you know what I'd like to know? What's he got hidden in his workshop, eh? Apart from hides.
Have you ever seen the tanner poaching with your own two eyes?
I haven't actually seen him, but I'm quite sure it's him. I just know it. I'll gladly confirm it, even to a judge.
I'm afraid that won't be enough when there's no material proof. Where does your hatred for the tanner come from?
I beg your pardon? You come here asking questions, and you're impertinent to boot.
Sorry, I didn't mean it to sound bad.
Is there an 11th commandment? That I have to love every vagabond who moves in next door? I couldn't give a damn about him, if you want to know. He lives like a king, and he never done us any good. And he's always making nasty faces at me, like, haha, look at you, you beggar.
I understand. He's a bastard.
Aye.
So the tanner does well out of his trade?
Does well. He's on the pig's back. And no one ever made that kind of coin out of tanning hides. It'd be a miracle if he wasn't guilty.
Or maybe he's just very skilled.
Skilled my arse, you numbskull. He's a puffed-up idiot, a botcher, and a bastard.
That'll be all. Thanks.
Be sure and check him out. And don't forget he's a crook.
Yeah, right. The biggest crook under the sun. He steals anything that's not nailed down.
I'm glad we understand each other. Well, good luck dealing with him. Take care, my friend.
God! God! Whoa! Nice camp. All these hides and gutted deer.
Eh? Fucking hell!
Gamekeeper Vostatek has been looking for you.
What does he want? The garlic I harvest here?
He wants us to go and see the Troskovitz bailiff together.
I ain't going. I'd rather croak out here in the forest. So keep your distance.
Listen, I want to give you a chance to think again about what you're doing here. You may have had a good run, but that's over now. So take it like a man and stop talking bollocks about garlic.
Kurva. So it really is all over.
We're going to see the bailiff.
All right.
Vostatek told you I might be bringing you some poachers. So here's one for you. He chose the forest round Vidlak Pond.
No, please!
It's too late for begging. You're for the noose. Scum.
Ruler of the earth, king of the...
Who the hell are you?
My name is of no importance. I am your faithful servant.
What are you doing here?
Why, I'm waiting for you. I did everything I was told, chanted the words, and you showed up.
You know who I am?
You're testing me, Dark Lord. I know I'm not worthy of uttering your name.
Speak. Your master commands it.
You're the Lord of Hell. The Devil. The Dark Tempter.
What do you want from me?
Me? Want something from you, Dark Lord? No, I wouldn't dare. I can only humbly beseech, pitifully implore.
Out with it, then.
For a small kindness, a favour.
What favour?
I'd like the dice to roll like they've never rolled for anyone before, and win every game.
Why do you want to get lucky at dice, of all things?
My wife is sick, and I have no way to pay for a healer. If I win enough money, I can find someone to cure her.
Don't lie to me.
Lucas beat me and won my life savings, plucked me clean. I even lost the barn. He must be cheating somehow, I'm sure of it, because there's no way I could be that unlucky. So I want to turn the tables on him. I'm going to take everything he's got. Give him grief, the fucker.
Thy will be done.
Really? Thank you, Dark Lord. I'll be indebted to you to my dying day. And when I die, my soul will be yours, won't it? That is the price?
Keep your soul. But I won't say no to a few groschen.
Wait a moment. Hell demands payment in souls, not groschen. You're just a mortal. You fucking crook! Swindler! Damn it. All that preparation, learning everything by heart, and all for nothing. Oh well, I'll try again another time. And somewhere else.
quick!
At your service, sir. You silly doggy.
He's in the water at least a week, judging by the state of his body.
So what? Somebody did him in and chucked him into the water.
But the river there has a powerful current. The dead man had been floating down the river for at least a week.
Without anyone noticing.
Exactly. And that's not all. The dead man had a gold chain round his neck. Can you believe it? Someone bumped him off and didn't even rob him.
That is strange.
Are you going to do laundry today?
You don't see something like that every day.
You're always welcome here, noble sir. I'm sorry.
Good day to you. What would you like?
I'd like to learn something.
What are you interested in?
I'd like to learn how not to cause a stir on the street.
Thanks. I'll teach you one trick, but it'll take time to learn it.
My respects.
Where can I sleep?
You can stay in the stable, next to our lodge. God be with you.
I took care of that poacher. He's in the hands of the bailiff now.
Excellent. Who was this crook?
Some asshole pretending he was there picking garlic.
Lovely. Here's the reward I promised. And now I'll drink to it, I reckon. We can both have a little celebration. What do you say?
I think I'll leave that up to you. You've had more practice than me.
You're good.
Is there anything more I can help you with?
I don't need anything more from you.
And is there some other gamekeeper around?
Lad, the only proper gamekeeper around here is me. But Nabokov has a gamekeeper too. You could try him.
Uh-huh. And what's his name?
Varel, as in barrel. Go and see him.
Where does he live?
Close to Nebokov Mill. He's got a cottage on a hill and his eye on the surroundings. We're both having trouble with this. How to say it? This ghost. So it might be worth talking about if it's still troubling him.
Well, you got me curious. Thanks for the tip. Go! Go! Ka! Quick! Go! Ka! Ka!
My respects.
Can I spend the night here? I'll pay you well if you let me spend the night here every now and then.
Forgive me, sir, unless you want to sleep on the hay.
That doesn't matter. I'd even be happy to pay for that bed of hay. Let's agree on a price. Is this enough?
More. Thanks. It was my pleasure to help you, sir.
Where should I lie down?
It'll be best to sleep in the attic of our hunting lodge.
Gamekeeper Vostatek from Takov sent me here.
You were sent by Vostatek?
Yes. He hired me to find and catch poachers in his forests. That job's done, so he sent me to you. He said there's something I could help you with. He was talking about some ghost?
Nice. You might actually be useful then. What's your name?
Henry.
I'm Varel, the gamekeeper in these parts. But I suppose you know that. The lad who helps me told me a while ago about this ghost you mentioned. But I'll tell you about that after you help me with those bastards infesting my forests. What do you say? Will you do it?
Aye. I just need to know some details.
Sure. Ask away.
How do you know you've got poachers here?
The usual. There's been less and less game, and there's always a reason for that. I thought at first it might be them wolves that are rampaging there too, but I found some remains. It's a poacher, all right.
How can you tell?
There were knife cuts on the bones, not marks of wolves' fangs.
Vostatek was moaning his forests are full of the vermin, but I only looked for 2. How many do you think you've got here?
I have my suspicions about 3 places. And poachers always work alone. So I reckon it's an unholy trinity.
Do you know of anyone near Slatigo who could help me?
Try asking Ignatius, the Troskovitz gravedigger. Maybe he saw someone around there and can point you in the right direction.
Good idea. Where do these bastards of yours usually hunt?
The first one has been poaching Troskovitz, the graveyard site. Now we've started patrolling there, he's pulled back to Slatigo, somewhere to the east of the graveyard, and we ain't too keen to go there.
Why's that?
The place is cursed. And on top of that, it's swarming with wolves. You know that half-built cottage in Slatigo?
That must be deep in the forest, right?
The previous gamekeeper started building it. Finish it. He kicked the bucket before he could go on his first round. I've been gamekeeper here since then, and I don't intend to end up like him.
Right. I reckon that's all I need.
Good luck.
Gah!
Good afternoon, Henry.
Have you heard any news?
There's something new every day. Death roams these parts, with me following close behind.
I had to dabble in your trade a little bit. Buried a young man from the nomad camp who got beaten to death by woodcutters.
I know. Don't think I didn't try to get him for myself. He wasn't baptized, so I couldn't bury him in the cemetery. But he deserved a good place in the ground nonetheless. It gave me a terrible itch. I can't stand unfinished work. The damned woodcutters left him there like a solstice decoration.
I buried him in his favorite place.
You did well. Don't hesitate to bury any other corpses you find left unburied. You have my blessing. I can tell right away if a fella understands an honest trade.
I'm looking for a poacher in this area. Have you seen anything suspicious?
Not a poacher, I'm afraid, but more wolves than you can shake a stick at. It's mighty odd how many of them are wandering around here. I wouldn't be surprised if it was down to some sloppy poaching.
Any idea where I should take a look?
Right behind the cottage, there's a little path lined with boulders leading towards Slatigo. Follow it into the woods and take a look there. The Slatigo forest ain't that thick, so you won't get lost. It's nothing but rocks, really.
Thanks.
Farewell, my friend.
Gah! Gah!
Whoa! Whoa!
That must be the unfinished cottage Helen was talking about. Whoa! This is the poacher's camp for sure. Only there's no one here. And it looks like nobody's been here for quite some time. That's odd. Must have a look around.
Here, mutt.
Aye, aye, you silly doggy.
Go!
Whoa!
Sit!
Looks like the poacher was attacked by wolves in his hideout. He tried to flee. They chased him down. Oh well. I'd better report it to the gamekeeper. I've got some evidence if he wants it.
Sick!
My respects. You silly doggy. Never end.
Greetings. Do you need something?
I've got news about that poacher that you sent me to catch.
And? Did you catch him?
Not exactly.
What does that mean?
Well, you know how you said this poacher leaves a mess behind?
I know, the weasel. That really makes my blood boil.
Anyway, that's how the wolves sniffed him out. He didn't stand a chance against them. There wasn't much left of him, but I brought at least this as proof.
Show me. A hunting knife. This knife will be no use to him now. But still, no one deserves such a fate. Getting ripped to pieces by wolves. Oh, Never mind. I'm not going to grieve over him.
You said something about a ghost. Will you tell me what that's all about?
Hold your horses. All in good time. If you help with another poacher, I'll tell you the whole story about the ghost. Or are you tired of walking through our beautiful forests?
Oh, leave it out. Tell me about the next poacher.
What do you want to know?
There's a lot of poachers on the rampage here, aren't there? Is there anything different about this one?
This poacher is operating on a big scale.
A big scale?
He's killing so much game that he must be selling it somewhere. It's much more than he could use himself. Only, to prove anything, I'd have to grill all the innkeepers in the area. They wouldn't tell me anything anyway.
What should I do with him? Arrest him and take him to Troskovitz?
If some wild beast doesn't mete out justice first, aye. If he's not willing, force him. But make sure he's not too battered.
Yeah, I understand. Where does this one hunt? Any idea where I should go looking?
A stone's throw from here, in the woods around Samine Pond.
Christ, that's right here under your nose.
I don't like going into them forests, to tell the truth. Even though they're nice and close, there's something not right about them. The game is often frightened. He uses that to his advantage. Miller Kreisel occurred to me. He looks out over that area, so he might know something. Even if he is a bit of a strange one.
Actually, Kreisel has people working for him who live even closer. I'll ask them.
Whatever you say.
Thanks. I'll go and find him.
Good luck. Take care, sir.
You silly doggy.
Ka! Quick! Quick!
You're always welcome here, good sir.
Why do you work for the miller?
Because he pays well, and don't care how much coin I make on the side.
You mean by stealing?
And he doesn't ask any stupid questions.
What did you do before?
I got by any way I could. Believe it or not, I started in a convent.
You? A nun? Well, why not? I was in the cloisters myself for a while.
Oh well, different people have different fates. But we all ended up here anyway, in the armpit of the world.
What do you think about Kreisel?
You're another one of those that don't know if they should love him or hate him, eh? Kreisel is his own man. Once you learn to get along with him, you can't help but admire him a bit. But sometimes he's unbearable as soon as he opens his mouth.
What do you know about the Troskovitz gravedigger?
He's a pretty tough old bird. He follows the rule, I'll treat you the way you treat me. And he appreciates when a fella's direct and open. But I probably wouldn't tell him everything about us.
So, Bonnie, the most honest girl I know, sent me. I'd like to see some dead animals as models for painting a church fresco. A scene from the apocalypse.
That might be a bit much, but you learn fast.
How was the saltpeter collection and tasting again? Sounds pretty disgusting.
It wasn't so bad. Xena kept whining about it, but being a saltpeter collector, it has its benefits. When you go and clean someone's sty, they don't pay much attention to you and leave their purses and chests unattended. We made a pretty decent amount on the side.
What, by stealing?
Confiscating property for the greater glory of God. I hate the term stealing.
Just like Crazel. Tell me something more about Zinnek.
He's Andy, that's for sure. But also a bit of a fool. To be honest, I don't care for Crazel's bullshit most of the time either. I do this job because it's fun, unlike Zinnek. He does everything for his own good, doesn't give a damn about any greater cause or other people. Actually, he really pisses me off with his attitude. And he entertains himself by coming up with the stupidest nicknames for me. Dunga, for instance. What kind of a bloody awful name is Dunga?
Oh, lovely. And what does he call himself?
Scruffy. Or Jan, Nicholas, Franz, Peter, Jakub. The most bland, everyday names. He tries to be careful, but then he opens his big mouth and fucks it all up, just like in Troskowitz.
What is this lair place?
Crazel built a store so all them honest, curious people in the mill, the likes of Hensel, wouldn't have to worry their little heads about what we're doing here.
You mean behind that boarded-up door in the cliff?
We're definitely not doing anything there right now, because of the mess in there. I told Zinnek to clean it up. I think he wants to see if the place will get so rotten that saltpeter will bloom on the walls.
I managed to find the saltpeter pit in the end.
Did the gravedigger help you?
I hauled carcasses for him all day. I don't think I can ever wash the stink off me. But otherwise, it was all right.
I heard they called our new pal here Monarch. I think I'll keep the name. What do you think?
I suppose it fits his nature from what I've heard. You could just as well call him Sigismund or Herod.
Because he attacked innocent people? That's all horseshit. The neighbors just wanted to get back at the greengrocer Vasar through the gravedigger.
And a girl thief and a blacksmith's son put a stop to it, eh?
Maybe someone will write a heroic ode about us one day. Who knows?
Gamekeeper Varel sent me into the forest to look for a poacher. I hope you don't have anything to do with it.
I don't have time for poaching. But it's true, you can sometimes hear some bastards on the hill above us. But none of them has dared to come down here. I reckon they're afraid of getting into a chat with Zinnek and having their day ruined.
Thanks. I'll search deeper in the forest then. I'd like to learn something.
And what would you like?
I hear you're good at opening locks without a key. I'd like to learn.
Great, let's get to it. Learning this trick will take some time. You kind master, hey, doggy? I apologize.
Greetings, my friend. God be with you, good sir.
Someone's making camp here, but it looks like a bandit's camp.
If that's enough. You're getting a thrashing. Attack! Come and help! Enough! I give up. I surrender, you hear me?
Give me everything you have, and I'll let you go.
All right, easy now. Just let me go, and I'll give you everything. That's all I have. Now let me go.
Interesting.
I'm gonna teach you a lesson, arsehole. Attack! Enough! I give up! Let me live!
Give me everything you have, and I'll let you go.
All right, easy now. Just let me go and I'll give you everything.
Quiet. Go away.
Interesting.
Get out!
This is definitely evidence.
Did you hear who died?
Good day to you.
I found those poachers, like you asked me to.
Poachers? More than one?
Yeah. A whole band of them. And not just poachers.
How'd you figure?
From the way they were armed to the teeth. Their camp is a little to the south of the pond. It's full of loot.
Somewhere by the rocks? Well, that's damn close. Got any proof they're there?
I found this on them.
Typical. The fuckers know what they're doing.
This lot weren't willing to listen to reason. So I dealt with them. They won't be doing any more poaching.
Blimey. You took them on all by yourself? Well, you saved me having to persuade Bailiff Thrush to send the Troskovitz garrison after them.
Are you going to finally tell me about the ghost?
Aye, I will. I need you to catch him. This ghost fella is a poacher too. But he ain't like any other poacher we've had, I can tell you.
What else can you tell me about him? Why do you think he's different than the other poachers?
He's one big mystery, that bastard. He's a damn good hunter. Every shot hits the mark. A real archery master. On the other hand, he leaves a right mess. And the way he guts the animals is shoddy. I ain't sure if he does it on purpose or he's just sloppy.
Sounds like you could be a huntsman out for revenge.
Nobody's taking revenge on me, that's for sure. But I don't know if Vostatek cursed anyone during a moment of weakness. But it's true, there's a lot that suggests this ghost ain't local.
Do you want me to send him to the gallows?
Exactly. If he ain't already wolf food or ain't armed to the teeth.
Where should I look for him?
That bastard is poaching between my patch and Vostatek's. He knows it's the least patrolled area, since we don't quite know which one of us is responsible for it. You just need to head north a bit from Trotsky Castle.
To the north of the castle? Any idea where I should start?
You can start at the crossroads, northeast of the castle. Search the rocks there. Like I says, us huntsmen don't go there much, so we don't know the area.
I'll get on it then.
I can't wait to see how this turns out. Take care, sir.
Where should I lie down?
It'll be best to sleep in the attic of our hunting lodge. God be with you, good sir.
Ja!
Slow down, you idiot!
Ja! Ja! Go!
You
Quick.
nearly killed me.
Ja!
I'll kill you.
Quick! Go! Ja! Quick! Quick!
Whoa!
Quick!
Whoa, whoa. This is a poacher's lair, for sure. So where's the poacher?
Henry?
Sir Hans! What are you doing here?
Don't shout. Come here.
Sir Hans, I'm here hunting poachers, and I come across you.
Henry! I never expected you here.
I was sent here by the Nebakov gamekeeper. He said there are poachers here, and I don't have to be King Solomon to figure out who the poacher is, do I? Oh, Jesus! You couldn't choose something different? There's all sorts of ways to make money.
Now hold your horses. How else are we supposed to get some coin quickly so we don't have to go around looking like beggars?
By honest work? This is very risky.
Look, no one found me here until you turned up. And you're only here because you're doing some terribly noble deed again and helping out old grannies in distress. And this is how it turns out.
Are you fucking serious? There are plenty of ways you could earn money. Why poaching of all things?
I've always been good at hunting. Remember how we went hunting together the first time? I really showed you up, didn't I?
As I recall, it was the other way around.
What rot! I'll make a pile of coins selling this game. And then that idiot on the gate will finally believe we're not beggars. He'll be laughing on the other side of his face when we turn up in our finery. And it's a much better way than your idiotic idea with the forge.
You know very well that poaching is a serious crime.
Ah, but this is an exceptional situation. We're messengers. It's only through unfortunate circumstances that we ended up like this. If von Berghoff knew about it, he wouldn't even regard it as poaching. Besides, he'd never leave an honoured guest and a noble to go hungry.
You do know that if they caught you, von Berghoff would never even hear of it.
Henry, you've got to look at it in the broader perspective.
Jesus. And what are you doing with the game you hunt?
Thanks to my bargaining skills, I've got to deal with an excellent trader in Troskowitz.
And you realise that this trader of yours could snitch on you if he's in a corner? Or just for the reward?
My trader is reliable.
Maybe, but someone might see you together.
That's not going to happen. We're careful.
The gamekeeper wants to get rid of poachers around here, and I promise to help him do it.
Well, that's awkward for you, isn't it? Any idea what you're going to tell him?
Well, have you? Surely you don't expect me to tell him I didn't find anyone?
Why the hell not? You just found some abandoned camp, no? It's a stroke of luck that he sent you, eh?
You have to stop doing it. We can't risk you getting found out. Maybe just by chance.
And have you any better idea of how we get to the castle? Eh? Look at the state of yourself. No matter how you dress up, you still have straw sticking out of your boots. With my plan, we'd have at least some chance.
And what am I supposed to tell the gamekeeper now?
I don't know. Make something up. Maybe you found the poacher and he didn't want to surrender. He attacked you and you beat him. And that's that.
You have to cooperate at least a bit, though. But if the gamekeeper is to believe me, the poaching has to stop. I can't convince him the problem is solved if the game keeps disappearing.
You're saying I have to find some other way of making coin on account of this brilliant idea of yours?
You have to. Because the first thing the gamekeeper will do is to send guards here from Troskowitz. And then he'll send for me. Because he'll find out I lied to him.
Oh, Christ, Henry. Well, I've already made a bit of coin and I can do something with it. And I can still keep going to the woods. Well, it's time for a change. Go and convince that gamekeeper you keep going on about. And I'll find something else to do.
Oh, and the gamekeeper will want to see some proof that I found the poacher and dealt with him. Got anything?
I could give you my equipment. It'd be pretty hard to survive without it, but...
To poach without it?
Yeah, that's settled then.
All right.
My respects. You have a kind master, yes, Dobby?
Good day to you.
You don't have to worry about the last poacher either anymore. But it was one hell of a job, I can tell you.
Really? Go on. Where was he?
North of Trotsky. He had a small camp there. Below a cliff. Just like you said.
I'm sure he realised there wasn't any point resisting. What did you do with him?
I had to kill him.
Why did you have to?
That fella wasn't keen on being arrested. The first thing he did was draw a hunting knife on me. He's done for, in any case.
Got any proof?
I found this gear on him. He probably used it to make traps, and some tongs as well. Probably for pulling out teeth and that.
Look how well kitted out them poaching vermin are. I see why he didn't want to just pack it in. He had a good thing going there. Good work. Here's your reward.
Thanks. That's a generous reward.
We don't have any more poachers, so take it as a parting gift from us huntsmen. It'll be a long time before any more of the arseholes turn up in the Trotsky forests. You sent out a clear signal what they can expect. Well, you can take a look at my bows if you want, and in return for your help, I'll take a bit off the usual price. Don't use it for poaching, though.
That's not a bad idea, you know.
Don't even think about it.
No, of course not. Thanks.
I'll tell Vostatek to do the same. But just between you and me, better buy one from me. Bows soaked in spirits aren't very hard wearing. It was good to see you, my friend.